Thank you all for joining me for another Honkai Impact 3rd manga reaction. This time I'm going through Second Divine Keys, starting with Chapter 1, Ephemeral. Another leaf has wilted. Prior to the demise of our worlds, Mei entrusted plans to fight the Honkai to a group of selected pioneers. I was one of them. Cut to Project Arc, an arc of retained knowledge bearing a copy of the Human Genome Library. The Ark was launched to seek another habitable planet for humanity. Project Ember, an emergency mass backup evacuation and revival plan. The responsible pioneers were to pass on the knowledge and technology to the surviving humans who would rebuild civilization. As for me, I was placed in charge of the Valakha. My task is to perform virtual analysis of other worlds. Each leaf represents a likely alternative universe in the Honkai War. Alas, this universe has lost the war, and like all the other defeated universes, it has wilted, falling from the tree to become a mere husk of itself. I have kept my vigil for a millennia. The leaves that wilt and fell are just as numerous as the sands of grains of the Ganaga. I've yet to find a leaf that never wilts. Nothing lasts. Countless civilizations eventually fell after a brief moment of brilliance. But whenever I raise my head, I would only see the crown of this tree remained as green and lush as before. While weathered leaves fell, with the breeze fresh buds sprout to their place. Nothing lasts, not even me. Yet the leaves are beyond counting. Then fortune smiles at me. I have found my answer. Millennia have passed. I wondered if you found the answers to the answers you seek, my friend. Perhaps they remain entwined in the visions of the past. Yes, I was the deceiver who trapped you in the Sea of Quanta, and I've chosen to imprison myself in the second key as an act of redemption. For thousands of years, or for 1,000 leaves that fell, I'd walk for thousands of leaves that fell, I'd walk to the river for a brief glance of you. But having betrayed your trust, I dare not speak a word. And then the water, boop, boop, boop. Kevin, quietly. It seems the one I've been waiting for is finally coming. Sorry, Kevin, I need to go. Take care, my friend. February 20, 2015, 1 week after acquiring the second Divine Key. The second Divine Key remains a mystery. A data entry with the solium of this Divine Key did reveal a few things. For the past 4,500 years, I meant to say 4,500 years, this key has been used for analyzing other parallel universes on an imaginary tree. No other solium data entry included for described these two terms. Just thinking about these two terms got me pretty excited. My wish no longer seems to be a mere fantasy. The second Divine Key is indeed the holy grail of my quest. The two terms it revealed compelled me to activate this device right away. It even feels like a trap. No matter. As always, I shall make the necessary preparations for anything that may happen. Amber, notify Durandal that the first test run of the second key starts in 12 hours. Tell her to ready herself. She will take part in this test. And then here we have Durandal getting in peak physical condition. I have died. I thought I could get stronger by copying your workout routine. But, oh no, I see, this is... Okay, I see now. So we have Durandal here, just like peak physical condition, and then here is Susanna here, just like, I can't take it any longer. It's too much work. I've died. I thought I could I thought I could get stronger by copying your workout routine, but I guess I got ahead of myself. I couldn't even make it through the first circuit. You okay? Thanks, Master Durandal. I feel better already. Please, Master Durandal, can you teach me how to be just as strong as you? Is there any shortcut for training? Is there a special diet? Fine, Susanna. I think I can do a diet part. This is lesson number 1. Remember it well. Don't be a copycat. You must discover the thing you're good at and work hard to perfect that very special skill of yours. Damn. It's like she's speaking to YouTubers. She's speaking to me. She's telling me that I should stop being a copycat and do my special thing. And that's what I'm doing right now. So let's hit that next button. Let's check out the next chapter. Next is Chapter 2, Seeds of Sumeru, Shiksul Headquarters Testing Grounds. Energy level is now 80%. 85%. Lord Otto. The immortal blades are in position. Let's go, Rita! Stay vigilant, Valkyrie. Stay vigilant. Stay vigilant, Valkyrie Durandal. Anything might emerge from the spatial rift. Here, Otto just watching from afar. No matter what happens, you must protect the core of the second key. Our first test run of the second key shall begin. This gigantic darkness starts pulsating. Light shoots down from the sky. Rita says, "Are we looking at the skies of another world? But why is there only a single star in this sky? There's something odd about this star." Records say that the second key analyzed multiple bubble universes on an imaginary tree. Can this be one of them? And why is there just a single bubble? Alerts! The second key is actively siphoning power! Energy levels is now at 150%! The beam size is growing in size. Squad, fall back and take position behind the second safety line. And keep your eyes closed. Don't look at that thing. Man, why do they have to have the second safety line? We're talking about the second divine key, so I just want to say second divine key after, when I see the word second. Have no fear, Bianca. The light of the Amata is harmless. Let it wash over you. It's a Sanskrit for infinity. Ooh, this humming sound from the beam. Master Durandal. But where are you, Master Durandal? Lord Overseer, we have just detected a space-time tremor near the second key. Master Durandal also went MIA right after said tremor. Damn it. It seems we've fallen into a trap. Reroute power from the other islands at once. We must fire the second key again. And then here we have, it looks like Durandal going through what seems to be her life. What is this? Have no fear, Bianca. This is your life. So we see Rita in the back, the far right, and then the far left we see this kid who's like a stigmata in the game. Very cool. We see her kind of growing up into the Valkyrie that she is. A most brilliant life, don't you agree? I've analyzed an effable number of universes, but your existence left quite an impression on me. Did I just enter a bubble universe? Yes, Bianca, you're the bubble universe that I've created in the second key. You may call it the seed of Sumeru. You've actually created a bubble universe? Who are you? I bear no malicious intent, Bianca. I'm what you call a pioneer. My task is to protect the reviving humanity civilization of this era, and help you defeat the enemy known as the Honkai. To soothe your fears, I shall demonstrate the powers of the second key. Are these all me? Yes and no. The second key can identify the infinite possibilities compromising your totality, Bianca. These are just a small fraction of what may be. Analyze and observe, unlike the dream bubbles of the Sea of Quanta. These words are still alive and breathing. My mission is to use the second key and analyze a myriad of universes within the seed of Sumeru. I was tasked with finding the perfect solution to defeat the Honkai. The solution has now presented itself. You are that very key to the solution, Bianca. If you want to save this world, I'll need you to obey every word. Well, you aren't giving me plenty of options, Mr. Pioneer. Before you press me into your service, would you mind sharing your perfect solution for beating the Honkai? To converge to the universe where we defeat the Honkai, we will need to pass through 32,874 unique singularities. Oh, I do have the intent, but sharing it won't be possible. And then I talk about the convergence in all the different passes. Rita and Bianca in a suit? Where are those battle suits, man? Where are those battle suits? They look so good in suits. Oh my god. Wow. Oh man, they're friggin' in suits and they look so good. It is better for you to trust me, Bianca. Complete the tasks that I'm about to give you, and you shall save this world. The strings of causality are indeed so complex and fragile that they cannot be described in words. You're not very diplomatic, Mr. Pioneer. You said a lot of mumbo-jumbo, but failed to deliver convincing evidence. Do you really expect people to trust you like that? Apologies. Whatever you are, your bubble isn't going to trap me here. Oh, I see. This is still Bianca. Apologies, but whatever you are, your bubble isn't going to trap me here. I'll be leaving, FYI. This isn't my first time traveling through a bubble like this. Sorry, Bianca. I've already seen this coming. I've also seen your distrust and attempts to leave. And here's his dark side. And he grabs her weapon and then just shatters it immediately. Prepare yourself, Bianca. Your sacrifice is needed to save this world. Chapter 3, Circle of Karma. What do you want? You refuse to work with me, Bianca. I am forced to make you stay. I do not enjoy this. But earning your trust is just too difficult. It only happened in a very few worlds. And thus I am prepared something else in case you refuse my offer. This is a double of you, Bianca. She has your entire memories, making her a near exact copy. She only lacks the power you acquire from the Sea of Quanta. I shall extract that power from you. Sorry, it must be done to save this world. Damn. I mean, he's a pioneer, right? Like, he is a powerful being. So I would assume it just seems like he just seamlessly just created a double Bianca, and now he has to just take her powers. That's incredible. Then here, Durandal goes for the strike. Grabs her fist. Take that! Amazing attack, Bianca. You're strong, I have no doubt about that. He took a punch without flinching. Who the hell is he? Then here he does a little attack here. Fires Bianca back. I didn't even see that coming. How did he manage to land his punch? That hit sure feels... Wait, it's... You're a gifted Valkyrie, Bianca. I'm sorry, but this must be done. Have no fear, I assure you that your sacrifice will save this world. Do you really think The fight is over, Mr. Pioneer. That was just me getting some much-needed warm-up. Time for round 2. Are you game? This is your time, King. This is still be. Oh my God. This is your time, King. She just summons a stand to fight for her. You only struggle in vain. And he just summons a gigantic great sword and turns the king into these beautiful array of leaves. I'll return your favor. You are in the circle of karma. Whatever you inflict on me will only return to you. And it seems that the attack of yours is powerful indeed. And then she summons the queen. Thanks for your info, mister. I think I can guess how your trick works. Very impressive. You've managed to create 2 phantoms at the same time. But you'll need plenty of power to control them. You also used your attacks to test my true powers. It seems you're a lot braver and wiser than, I imagined. I now know how his powers work, but so what? Is there a way to beat him at all? It would seem I'm unable to defeat you with my own powers, Bianca. Time for me to call upon the second key. He summons the second key. Leaves surround. No, leaves are taking Bianca away from us. Gotta take that picture of Rita. Oh my God. Are we blessed today? I cannot believe we are so blessed to have such a gift as this picture of Rita in a basketball uniform. Oh yeah, and also, it looks like he may have taken her to a different world or something, but I was just so concentrated on Rita in a basketball outfit. This is good shit. This is good shit. All right. Next we have is Chapter 4, Duhkha of Disease. While concern yourself with life and death, they are just phases in the unending samsara. Just let it go, Bianca. Sheesh, I guess I fell asleep studying these cases. Time to start my day. And I had such a weird dream. Killing monsters while wearing some exoskeleton armor? Alright, Bianca. You need to grow out of this. You're not a mecha fangirl anymore. I'm heading out. Take care. Disaster struck Nagazora 5 years ago and wiped out the entire place. My best friend Rita was a high school student in that city when it happened. I never heard from her since? I hate this universe. This is the worst timeline. This timeline, whatever this alternate universe that Durandal was put into is the worst one ever. Rita was just killed on the Nagazora incident. Oh my God. Several years have passed, but no explanation was given for why and how the disaster happened. And now people all over the world are falling to Honkai sickness. Purple stripes would start to appear on the victims' bodies. Multiple organ failure follows. We couldn't locate patient 0, nor isolate the pathogen responsible for this. Worse, we also couldn't identify any effective treatment for this disease, which has a 100% mortality rate, despite our best efforts. Dr. Bianca! Hi Annie, I'm here to check on you. How are you today? Your blood pressure and temperature both look normal. Show me those stripes, okay? The stripes did not spread. Dr. Bianca, the other doctors told me that I have the Honkai sickness. They say there's no cure. Am I going to die? It's alright, Annie. Your conditions are pretty stable. It's not getting worse. I'll find a cure. Bianca, just a moment. Oh, hi there, Director Ragna. Our Ward 5 patients is worsening. The stripes have spread to her heart. Acute cardiac failures have set in. She puts on the gloves. She approaches the patient. Damn it. It's been a while, Dr. Bianca. Okay, who is this handsome man? Oh my god. Just drop dead gorgeous. Who is this cool looking dude? Oh my god, immediately taking a picture of this character. Immediately. Oh my god. It's been a while. I'll give him a cooler voice. It's been a while, Dr. Bianca. In case you forgot, the name Paul Long. I'm from Moth. I'm here to pick up the victim you have in the body bag. Yes, she's the body, ready for pickup. Before I forget, I mailed an application to Moth. Oh? You're finally back, Bianca. Looks like you had a serious talk with a certain Mr. Long from Moth. Mind if you share what you two talked about? Not at all, Dr. Ragna. I'll tell you everything about it. I applied to Moth a while back, but it seems I just wasn't good enough. You tried to join that shabby club? Come on. They spent 5 good years and came up with nothing, not even a treatment plan. Perhaps they never wanted to release their findings on the cure. Perhaps they couldn't do anything about the disease either. I just wanted to give it a shot, no matter how slim the chances may be. I have patients who still believe in me. I won't let them down. Hard work will eventually pay off. Well, that does sound like something you'd say, Bianca. But this Honkai sickness has 100%, mortality rate. I would have told you others to give up and get the victims EOLC. But you, Bianca, might come up with some miracle we need. And that's precisely why I know you're my best student. Go get your beauty sleep. I know you've been staying up all night studying every case of the Honkai under the sun. Whoa, thanks, Ragna. Rita. I heard that the survivors of Magazora were taken in by Moth. Rita, could you be one of them? Oh, that's why she truly wants... She's searching for Moth, or she's searching for Rita because of Moth. Oh my goodness. There's hope that Rita might exist in this universe. Oh no. There you are. One of her beacons. I need to remove you from this place. Following day. Dr. Bianca, you're needed at Ward 18. Huh. Annie's condition just got a lot worse. Annie! Dr. Bianca, I'm scared. I don't want to die. There's no need to worry. Be afraid, Annie. I'm here. I need you to be brave, okay? Vain hopes won't make anyone better, Bianca. There's no way you can save her. Her time has come. Just let it go. No, I refuse to give up on her. So I'm curious now. I still feel like this is like similar to what we've seen in like Second Eruption, where, Fang Huan down, you're entering a dream, and then the person who casts the ability or the spell or whatever, however you want to call it, is able to, also jump into said dream and alter a few things to get information. I wonder if a very similar thing is happening here, where this is a dream or an alternate reality. Because it's definitely not in the past. I feel like if Durandal is so important as an S-rank Valkyrie, the Sheik Soul, she would not be a doctor, right? She would already be a Valkyrie by this time. So next we move on to Chapter 5, The Moth Who Chases the Flames. You see the Moth truck drive away. She breaks the window. Damn it, she was only 10 years old. I was supposed to be a doctor. Yet I failed to save anyone in the past 2 years. Time to stop feeling sorry for myself. I need to catch up on my studies. Hopefully, there's something worthwhile in the post-mortem from last night. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Director Ragna, what is it? Sorry for waking you up from your beauty sleep, Bianca. Oh no, it's fine. It wasn't a sleep. Still studying the Honkai sickness, I guess? I don't like to nag, Bianca, but your youth won't last forever. Try to get some sleep, you hear? I know you had it hard today, but do listen to your advice. Do listen to my advice for once. All right, Ragna, I hear ya. Thanks for caring. There's one more thing, Bianca. Go ahead, I'm all ears. Ragna? Hello? Are you still on the line? Is there something you want to tell me? No. It's... Alright, I'm just working at it when you feel better, Bianca. I already feel better, Ragna. Take care. And I thought you wanted to tell your cute protege to give up studying the Honkai sickness. What changed? Oh, this is Otto. Okay. Wow. Alright. And then here we see... So, interesting... So the pioneer, right? He essentially made Ragna disappear, but now Ragna's again back here again, but now she has Honkai sickness? So maybe he just gave her Honkai sickness, which is also really fucked up. That's a very messed up thing to do. But here we have Otto speaking. And I thought you wanted to tell your cute protege to give up studying the Honkai sickness. What changed? And why didn't you tell her? You know once you meet the girl in person, she isn't the type who will give up that easily. Now tell me, Professor, how much time do I left? 6 hours, Ragna. From what I'm seeing on your arms, Honkai radiation will infect your organ systems within 6 hours. Sorry, my old friend. One last wish, Professor. If you're willing to hear me out, please, take care of Bianca for me. Next day. What's going on? This place is off limits, Dr. Bianca. We the Moth have quarantined this hospital to contain the Honkai outbreak. Don't worry, all patients have been transferred to our HQ for further treatment. This is just unexpected. I'm calling Director Ragna. The number you're calling is not in service. Excuse me? Miss? Are you Dr. Bianca? I'm Otto Apocalypse from the Moth Director. Ragna is an old friend of mine. I can take you to her. Interesting. So here we have Otto lost an arm for some reason. What is this alternate universe? What? I never knew that Director Ragna had friends in Moth. I guess she never told you about me. Come on in. Let's not keep her waiting. Dr. Bianca, I've heard you've been studying the Honkai sickness on your own. The treatment regimen you've developed managed to stall disease progression in a young girl. Quite impressive feat, I might say. That was not a feat. All it did was delay the sickness. It failed to save her. And that's what really matters. I failed them all. None of my 552 patients made it. You're being too hard on yourself, Bianca. You did amazing things. Moth spent 5 years and we still couldn't find a cure. But we did identify the cause of the disease. Most infectious diseases are caused by a pathogen, usually bacterial or viral. We can limit the spread of these contagions by avoiding contact, or by wearing protective gear such as gloves or masks. It's beginning to sound a lot like COVID, wouldn't you say so, Bianca? There was a time when we believed that the Great Plague in our history can be beaten by modern science. But this sickness taught us that we've been blind by pride and arrogance. This is really much like COVID. The path of the pale horse rideth still. Humanity and its civilizations are still at the mercy of many diseases. Director Ragna, how did this happen? Cause of death, medical complications of late-stage Honkai sickness. Time of death, 400 hours this morning. The deceased was highly disciplined and fully compliant with strict protection practices, but this confirmed that the pathogen for Honkai sickness was neither bacterial nor viral. We can now identify its etiological, a form of radiation that we decide to call Honkai. Exposure to Honkai radiation is sufficient to contract the disease. And yes, we're not trying to be original. And Director Ragna had treated over 500 patients in the last 5 years. Even the latest PPE is incapable of blocking off the Honkai. Upon exposure to a lethal dose of this radiation, death will occur in 99.5% of cases. Extreme measures such as excision of irradiated tissue, organ, or limb may save the life of an infected. But I now have good news for you, Bianca. From this day forth, every Honkai victim will only be treated at Moth facilities. You'll no longer need to deal with them. You will be safe. Mr. Otto, do let me join Moth. I'll do whatever I can to defeat the Honkai. You just placed me in a very difficult position, Dr. Bianca. Yet, I have no choice to let you down. Your medical expertise is far too limited to help the Moth in any way. We are the Moth who chases the flames, elite defenders of the human world. We have no space for ordinary civilians like you. Dr. Bianca went home, Professor Otto. But why turn her down? She's the best medical skills of the entire hospital and... Thanks for the obvious, Mr. Paul Long. Shut up and keep those opinions to yourself. You're totally right, old friend. Meeting the girl in person is indeed your best argument. She definitely isn't the type who will give up that easily. Professor Otto, didn't you say that you're going to quit drinking? Shut your mouth, Paul. I go drink whenever I want to, Paul. Otto Apocalypse, the overseer of Sheiksel. So this is what she thinks of you. Wow, what a freaking this is such a freaking fantastic chapter, because it slowly started to reveal the importance of the characters in Durandal's life and ways, and also the way, which is really fascinating, right? This is, from the way I'm interpreting this, this is how Durandal understands her role as a Valkyrie. She sees herself as a doctor helping patients, and that's why she fights against the Honkai. You know, that's why it's all medical references of trying to stop the Honkai, because this is just Durandal's interpretation of what she does as a Valkyrie. Which is so fascinating, you know? The only thing that I'm a bit confused about, and maybe that's what they'll clarify, is how she knows about Moth, and why she wants to join Moth. Those are the things I don't quite understand. Just because I don't know if it's been apparent yet. That Moth is an organization that is a current era thing, right? Or that current era people know about, right? So maybe I'm forgetting, but I'm a bit confused on that point. But maybe it'll clarify that how Bianca knows about Moth. I mean, she's also an S-Ring Valkyrie, and Otto probably knows about Moth, so there's probably he probably has told her. So there is that possibility as well. Anyways, let's move on to the next chapter. Next up is chapter 6, Dharmakaya, 2 months after Director Ragna passed away. There is nothing to worry about. You're recovering pretty well. The Department of Infectious Diseases disbanded the team working on the Honkai sickness. I was transferred to another department instead. Thank you so much, Dr. Bianca. However, I refuse to toss the towel in on my war against the Honkai. I studied every case I could and to find every single night. Also, specifically the wording here where it's war against the Honkai, this is I think the biggest indicator of like Durandal seeing herself as a Valkyrie akin to being a doctor, is when she's using the word war against the Honkai. Anyways, and every time we get a patient who tests positive for the Honkai sickness, the Moth will come in and pick them up. Patient transfer complete, Dr. Bianca. Thank you for your hard work. Knock knock. Someone who's curious about how Bianca is doing. You look better already. It feels great not having to deal with the Honkai patients, right? Nice to see you again, Otto. I prepared a new sample. I've updated the ratios of the active ingredients following your advice. Fine, wasting my time as usual. I'll take a look at your new formula. No, this ratio won't work at all. What are you scared of? Killing the patients? What? Yes, Otto! We don't want to kill the patients! This concoction of yours will never beat the Honkai sickness. 20 points, nothing more. I can't believe you had the audacity to make me read this. How much reports did I already read? 8? 9? This is pathetic. And you spent 6 months to come up with these ineffective mixes. Just give up, Bianca. You don't have what it takes to become a Moth. No, I refuse to give up. Every time I close my eyes, I would see Director Ragna, Annie, and all the patients who I've failed to save. I must. No. I must defeat the Honkai sickness. Please, continue to mentor me, Professor Otto. Look. Why am I agreeing to this? Fine. I'll email you my review tonight. You had quite the chat with Dr. Bianca. Why don't you just make things easier for everyone and let her join Moth? The girl's far too naive, Paul. We both know that the Moth is in a kindergarten. Her attempts at the cure are still obsessed with the victim's well-being. To fight the very incarnation of hell and its minions, one must first learn how to become a killer. Speaking of which, are we getting a sudden spike of victims in the city? I guess it's time to prep the Myrmidon. Ready the soldiers. Please head to the air raid shelters in orderly fashion. This is weirding me out. An air raid exercise? In this day and age? Who's gonna bomb us this time? Conspiracy channels on the net say that the exact thing happened in Nagazora 5 years ago. Some claim monster sightings and crazy stuff like that. Nagazora? Monsters? That sounds more like a bad movie. And then, the introduction of a Honkai beast. Run for it! What the hell is that? Wait, there's something about this glowing creature. It felt as though I've seen them before. Don't worry, girl, I've got you. We should be safe for now. The stripes, it's the Honkai sickness. How did the monster unnatural glow cause this? I don't have any emergency treatments except for this. A redesigned serum based on Professor Otto's feedback. Oh, I pray this works. Damn it. The infection pattern just keeps spreading. My serum is just another failure. Annie, no, I can't give up like this. This ratio won't work at all. What are you scared of, killing the patient? Yes, I remember what Professor said to me. I have no choice but to raise the dose of the active ingredient. That's it! The stripes are finally receding! He's right all along! The Honkai beast shows up. It gets freaking slashed. Get lost, beast. I won't let you hurt my patient. And then we have Durandal here, who just got infected now from being striked. My vision, it's blurry. This must be the Honkai. It took me a while to find you, Dr. Bianca. Why aren't you at the shelter? I see that girl's Honkai radiation pattern had not spread. Did you manage to pull that off? Finally, something impressive for once. 60 points, Bianca. Good job. Professor, the monster's right behind you. You're always worrying about the wrong things, Bianca. Rita, we need some cleanup over here. Look at our girl showing up, striking the beast. Look at Rita. Let's take those pictures. Oh my god. Oh. Ooh. God damn, Rita. And she's wielding like a sword? Bro. Where is this Rita outfit? God damn! Yo. Oh my goodness. Well, absolutely, absolutely. Damn. We live in the... You know what? This is the best timeline now. This is the best timeline. Rita. Only beings who can keep their self intact could pass the trial of Dharmakaya. Good job, Miss Bianca. You have beaten the test. However, this is only the beginning of your suffering. Oh my god. So this is not... Wow. So this is actually his memories. So these are his memories that Bianca is replacing the people she doesn't know with people in her own life. So, oh my god, this is all making sense. So that explains why she doesn't know about... That explains why she knows about Moth, is because she is actually using his memories and his wish to be Moth, his wish, him working as a doctor, which is why he said... Which is... Oh, that explains why he meant... The Pioneer mentioned that... Oh, so Overseer Otto, the Overseer of Sheiksol, Otto Apocalypse. This is who she holds in high regard. Because he knows who he holds in high regard. And so to see Durandal replace that person, the Pioneer's person, with Otto, he immediately knows, okay, this person is someone she highly respects. Right? And for Rita, it's her version as Rita as Kevin, and as we've known in the beginning, this Pioneer had to lock up Kevin in the second key. Despite, caring a lot about Kevin and betraying Kevin's trust. So at some point, Durandal wants to betray the trust of Rita? How fascinating. Because Rita would not be in place of Kevin if there was not importance to that first chapter talking about how the Pioneer betrayed Kevin because it needed to be done. Interesting. Wow, what is going on in this chapter? Chapter 7, 1,000 Lives. Bianca, you're going to be all right. So she's just having a kind of a nightmare of Ragna and her Honkai sickness. Oh, good to see you're awake, Dr. Bianca. The professor is waiting outside for you. He'd like to meet you at once you're capable. You look good, Dr. Bianca. That's quite a speedy recovery you had, but I wish I could say the same for this poor little one. Your serum only delayed the inevitable onset of Honkai sickness. I tried exercising the affected tissues and extremities. However, she just wasn't strong enough. She didn't survive the surgery. She died on the operating table. Don't blame yourself. You did well. I'm curious, Professor Otto. I remember contracting the Honkai sickness while running around out there, but I woke up without a single infection pattern on me. It's obvious that you're the one who cured me, but you're also the one who said there's no cure for this disease. Yes, you're right. I lied to you back then. I did create a cure for the Honkai sickness. Then why did you choose surgical excision? You could have just used the cure. The cure would have... Dr. Bianca, please, allow me to explain. Why not? If you really want to know the reason, then it's because the cure is just too expensive. I chose not to administer the cure to the little one. Just too expensive? We have no right to place value on her life. You're right, Bianca. That child's life does not deserve to be placed on a scale. But the treatment serum should not be valued so lightly as well. Allow me to tell you how to prepare this very special serum. We, the Moth, have spent years trying to unveil the pathology of this sickness. Our efforts did not pay off. Most victims died quickly after being infected, but their bodies would create an almost insignificant amount of antibodies. And since we could not figure out how the pathogen works, the only thing we could do is to start extracting treatment serums from the infected. We also found out that the Honkai may be latent in a small number of people, and such individuals do generate a lot more antibodies than the average victim. On average, making a serum for treating a single person requires about 1,000 victims. Yet there are too far and few between, and the disease will also kill them. Now then, Dr. Bianca, how would you value a treatment like this? But you should have saved the little girl. Do not doubt my choice, Dr. Bianca. I am fully convinced that you're the person who needed to fight the Honkai. I should tell you that the serum used to save came from a close friend of yours. Dr. Ragna chose to donate her body to Moth. It was thanks to her that we managed to get enough antibodies and save your life. Ragna is now your guardian angel, Bianca. And this poor little girl will become an angel as well. Her body will be used to create a serum for saving another worthy life. Neither miracle nor wishful thinking will save us from the Honkai. Doctors, nurses, and bodies of the unfortunate victims form the wall that keep total annihilation at bay. Dr. Ragna, please appreciate the fact that the antibodies flowing in you do not come cheaply. Your shoulders now bear the weight of 1,000 victims and the dying wish of Ragna. There is only one way for you to repay such a gift. Fight the Honkai and save millions of lives. Some may think that my methods are inhumane, unethical, and bleak. But the only thing I care about, the only ethical and right thing for us to do, is to defeat the Honkai no matter the cost. We are fighting a war for the very survival of the human race. And I've approved that application of yours. Welcome to Moth, Dr. Bianca. I'll do whatever it takes to defeat the Honkai, Professor. I have another question. It's about that sexy, hot, maid girl, soldier wielding the great sword. That would be Rita. She is the best soldier of Moth. I've heard that you two were friends, so I figured you'd be asking about her. I have prepared a dossier of what she's been up to all these years. Treat it as a gift of your invitation. Bing! Remember that great Australian infernal 6 months ago? Rita was the one who took care of that. Of course, Spin Doctors of our intel division gave a pretty convincing cover-up. The civilians would feel safer when they believed it was just a seasonal brush fire. But since you're not a civilian anymore, you need to know the truth. The Great Fire was caused by something we call a... Oh, right. I haven't told you anything about the... Right? Which, I mean, it's definitely, it's Honkai. Or no, sorry, Hersher. It's Hersher because, you know, as we went over in the previous mangas that we've read, World Serpent, London Holiday, the first divine key. This is Himiko, the Hersher of Flame. And then some distortion is happening. Next is Chapter 8. Bianca, we've picked up fluctuations in your brainwave. Are you all right? Sorry, Professor. I'm doing fine. It was just... I'm thinking about the past. You must remember this, Bianca. When you're entering the observation hub, you may lose a degree of control, and memories may surface without thinking. Final inspection complete, Professor. The system is hot and awaiting your orders. We must find where it's hiding this time. We must find it before it finds a way to breach our cognitive cage. The beep appeared shortly after Dr. Bianca joined the beep. It started with a few isolated cases of mysterious sleeping sicknesses around the world. All victims enter a comatose state while using the internet. We failed to wake any of them. The internet is the Honkai. Oh man, gonna get out my pitchforks, gonna get out my signs. The Honkai infection was caused by the internet. I knew the internet was bad. We've brain scanned the victims and found out that they were dreaming. So we're having, this is probably May. We scanned the victims and found out that they were dreaming. Wave pattern analysts suggest that they might all be sharing the same dream. Chief Scientist Dr. May ordered Research Team 5 under Professor Otto to look into this abnormality. Meanwhile, initiated AI analysis of the victim's browsing history. They found a huge number of porn. A number of frequent search keywords were then identified. This list also changed on a day-to-day basis. They started looking up porn and then they got the Honkai infection. This isn't COVID. This is just horniness. Oh my god, I should have known. But the situation in the real world became desperate, and the sleep claimed more and more victims. Figures grew to over 2 million sleepers, 30 days after the disease was first reported. Every medical facility was overwhelmed. Many sleepers were unable to receive medical care. A large number of them died quietly in their undying sleep. Dr. May and Professor Otto then announced their key findings. The sleep was caused by an unconfirmed pattern of radiation, and the entity emitting this sleep-inducing radiation was labeled the has a mimic weapon capable of infecting a target's keyword. A human reading the infected word would suffer a mimic infection and falling into an unending dream. This led to the following questions. What is... Where is it hiding? Can we defeat this thing? And why is it changing its keyword every day? Is it trying to look for something? We quickly realized its plans. Honkai, Hersher, Moth. While we pursued our search, it was also on the hunt for us. And the quickly found the keyword needed to locate us. It struck quickly. Personnel untrained in mimic defense succumbed to the sleep. Before the situation got worse, Dr. May issued a cognitive cage to the surviving members of the Professor Otto's team. The cognitive cage is best described as a targeted anti-mimic that induces specific mental blocks. Users will simply ignore the cage keywords, thus saving them from the mimic infection. but the cage does not offer absolute defense. In fact, it becomes weaker as it adds more words to its list. Eventually, our cage. This is our only thing to strike back. Relax, Bianca. Your brainwaves have finally normalized. The observation hub will start in 5 minutes. Please, repeat the mission objectives for me. Roger, Professor. Repeating my objectives. Once the observation hub starts running, I'll disengage my cage. Seek entry into its dream and locate it. After a period of 10 minutes, the observation hub will proceed to retrieve me from the dream. Good, Bianca. Remember, we have no idea what's in there. Remember these mission details and engrave them into both your conscience and unmind consciousness. There's one more thing. I'm sorry, Bianca. I'll treat you to a drink once you make it back. Don't worry, Professor. It was my choice. I volunteered for this mission. That's enough talking for now. It's time to start the test. Hub, activate. Disengage the cognitive cages of the 3 psychosensitive mantis units. Initiate 10 links. Observe 27 is now linked to the dream. I hope we can get rid of it quickly. And this cognitive cage is dulling my senses and giving me a taste. I can't even taste my drink. Age is catching up to me. I'm now a silly old fool. I turned my student into a mantis, and then I just threw her into the gates of hell. Don't blame yourself, Professor. It's just like what Dr. Bianca said. It was her choice. Every qualified personnel accepted modifications for the purpose of this mission. Well, Mr. Paul Long, are you trying to say... What are you trying to say? This is our only chance to strike back? Uh-oh. What have you done, Paul? Your eyes. Did it manage to control you?
That's right, Professor. I've hid myself in his mind before you forced him to take the drug. Blech. Once I destroy the observation hub, there's none shall stand before you. Your English words are hard to pronounce. None shall stand before me again.
Damn. Got played. Next is Chapter 9, Dream Worlds. Observation Hub is now activated. Disengage cognitive cage. Entering target dream world. What is this place? Whoa. Did the entity make all of this? Time here runs 20 times faster than in the real world. I have about 200 minutes to find it. Alright, kids. Go tell Mom that it's time for dinner. Wait, I know that voice. That voice came from behind the door. Whoa, thanks, Dad. You're you made my favorite food. I hope I didn't forget to wash your hands, sweetie. Paul Long. He's not supposed to be here. I remember him having a child and a wife. He loved his family. Oh,
he loved his family, but the Honkai sickness killed them 2 years ago. That room is where poor Uncle Paul can live his dream. It is a place where he can be together with them for the rest of his life. A world where everyone lead happy lives and die in a beautiful dream of their own making. Do you think this is the best way for things to end, Dr. Bianca?
Well, I'm glad that you've already decided to show yourself. You may be able to keep your face hidden, but as long as our dreams are linked, the observational hub will track you down soon enough.
Oh, sorry, Dr. Bianca, but I'm afraid you're still one step behind me. The observation hub has been shut off. The time has come for you to live your dream.
Damn it. How do I fight this thing?
I'll have to make a dash for it.
Got you. Hey, Bianca, what are you doing out here? Dr. Ragna. Annie will be discharged today. Didn't you promise to see her off? Anyways, I'm very proud of you, Bianca. You were the one who came up with the cure when everyone thought it was just a lost cause.
And then Otto gets up, fires the gun at evil Paul Long. I can't believe you're still alive, Professor. You're hard to kill. I have your poor aim, thanks for this. Now, move away from the control panel. And what if I don't, Professor? Are you curious about what's going on inside? Your precious underling is still alive and enjoying the happy life that I've created for him. Or will you still choose to murder your most trusted aide? Enough words. This is my answer. I'll kill him without a second thought. Stubborn fool. How about a deal? Before death, I can create a dream that lets you reunite with the people you've missed. You must have someone in your heart, Professor. So why die alone in this cold, dark place? Welcome to my dream world. In here, it looks like we see Callan, which is very... This is very interesting. Like, does Durandal know about Callan? Because this Otto is how Durandal thinks of Otto, but now when Otto enters his dream world, we see a Callan-looking person. It could be Callan. It could also be Cecilia. So let's check a bit closer just to see who exactly it is. But yeah, it's probably Callan, but it's just very strange because I guess we just don't know. Does Bianca know about Callan? Anyways, chapter 10, Sambhogakaya. Otto. Ah, my goodness, did you zone out again? Can't you stop thinking about your job for a while? You promised to hang out with me after we got off of work. I just felt a little dizzy. It felt as though I was having a strange dream and that none of this was real. You're just tired. Your job is important, but you shouldn't overwork yourself. I'm always here for you. Don't forget that, Otto. I guess you're right. Hey, Paul Long, you can stop hiding now. Oh, yes, Professor. Is there anything you need? Whoa, Paul's here as well? Of course. He's part of my personal security detail. He just slaps him on the back. Oh, no, I see. Otto pats him on the back. I see, okay. Look, Paul, the weather is great here today. I'm giving you a break. Go home and spend your time with your wife and kids. But that's against the rules, Professor. It's not safe. Don't worry. I can take care of myself. I just borrowed your gun for a while. Oh, how did you... Otto, are you mad? You just shot... Why did you? Oh my god. You can't... See, here's the thing. Like, this is what's freaking me out right now. Like, this is 100% a thing that Otto would do. This is 100%, yeah, this is 100% a thing that Otto would do, but we're still in Durandal, like, we're still in Durandal's, like, mind. So, like, why, how, oh, I'm so confused. He wakes up again. Are you alright, Otto? Were you having those bad dreams again? It was a terrible dream. I saw you there, then I pulled out a gun and shot you. It must have been all the stress from work. They're pushing me too hard. Daddy! What happened, Daddy? Are you alright? Daddy's alright, girl. Sorry for waking you up. It's really late, baby. You need to go back to sleep. Okay, Mommy. Good night. Have some milk, Otto. It will help you relax. You've worked hard on that Honkai sickness for years. That hardly gave you a break. But you did it, Otto. You found the cure. Now it's time to sit back and rest. The Honkai sickness. Wait, I just remembered something. Both you and our baby had that disease. Oh dear, Otto. All those times spent working on that dreadful disease and its victims made you unhealthy. That's why you're seeing and imagining terrible things. But you don't have to worry about us. We're both alive and well. We'll always be here for you, dear. This dream is just too perfect. In fact, it's so perfect that I actually want to say, enough with your silly nonsense, Otto. This is your home. You're free to stay for as long as you want. Then Otto stabs her, but you're not her. And I didn't want to let go of them when they left me. If not for Dr. May, who amputated my infected arm, I would have been united with them in death. I failed them. I didn't come up with the cure when they contracted the Honkai sickness. Why do you refuse to accept this dream? This is your only place where you belong together with those you love. And that's where you're wrong. It would be a betrayal if I were to give in to this vile falsehood. The only thing that kept me alive is my desire of vengeance against the Honkai. I've been dreaming for far too long. It's time to end this. Damn you! Maybe this isn't like it's. Look, man, it is so. Maybe this actually just might be Kiana. This actually might be Kiana, because this definitely doesn't look like Cecilia. Cecilia has definitely like a different look to her. Teresa obviously has a different look to her. She's a lot younger. Callan has a very similar look to Kiana, but there's something about some of the expressions and the faces that we're getting from, this adult Kiana that's like, it just doesn't remind me of Callan. It doesn't remind me of Callan. So I think this might be Kiana, which then makes a bit more sense maybe why, Bianca is it makes a bit more sense now in the dream, because it doesn't make sense why Bianca would know or even be able to visualize who Callan looks like or who they are. Then again, we did read a manga where Kiana met Callan based off the memory archives that Shixel has when her and Bronio started going through the Shixel archives. So I guess there is, and Durandal is someone who studies a lot, studies hard. I guess okay, you know what? I think there is some possibility that Durandal could have gained access to those archives, especially being an S-rank Valkyrie, to see who Callan looks like. So I guess there is possibilities for that to happen. Anyways, enough of that. Finally freed myself from that cursed dream. Not much time left. The observation hub. I must switch it back on. Hang in there, Bianca. Thank you so much, Dr. Bianca. I'm so proud of you, Bianca. You saved Annie's life. I need to go, Director Ragna. Why? Bianca, stop. Where are you going? There are still a lot more patients who need your help. Director Ragna, she's dead. Thank you for letting me see her again and share a few words with her. But I know from the bottom of my heart that she isn't real. You're scaring me with all that crazy talk, Bianca. Look, I'm standing right here. I'm still alive and well. Oh man, she slashes her. Bianca, why? They used Director Ragna's body to make the serum that saved my life. It's a painful truth that I must accept, for this pain is the thing that keeps me going. Goodbye, Director Ragna. Observation 27 has awoken. We have located the target. Good job, Bianca. But this old man has to apologize to you. I promised to treat you to a drink, but I'm afraid I can't do this any longer. The karmic cycle is the ultimate system of fairness. One must accept this cycle in order to leave the past behind. You did it, Bianca. you passed the trials of Sambhogakaya, the body of the mutual bliss. These trials allowed me to reveal more and more of your mind. I now know the justice you believe in, and the people whom you hold close to your heart. There is one final trial. And in this final trials of the Dharmakaya, the body manifests. I shall brand crucial knowledge for saving our world into the deepest recesses of your mind. You have done very well so far. I pray you won't disappoint Bianca. And she just gets out of the dream. She realizes that Professor Otto may have died. And then, oh, god damn. God damn! Dude, they just make Rita so hot. It is a crime. Dude, Rita and Kevin's outfit is an absolute crime. This looks so good. God damn. God damn, it looks so good. Drinking isn't good for you. Thanks to the data you collected, Dr. May will soon corner the 8th Hercher. Rita, I'm sorry about Professor Otto. It's not just him. Almost every researcher in this lab has been killed. By the way, Bianca, you have an invitation for Dr. May. She hopes you can be transferred to our HQ and take part in Project STIGMA. Project STIGMA? Here we go. The plot thickens. Oh my god. It just occurred to me. I was like, because I played some of Elysian Realm. I'm like at the very beginning of like chapter 1, 2, I think I'm on, and there was a character who looked very similar to this pioneer. But then then I couldn't like quite, because I can't visualize things, right? So I was like, it's like, but he doesn't look like, I'm like, but is he exactly like him? But now it clicked with me. This character was also a stigma. Fascinating. Fascinating. And is this what leads to the betrayal of finding out that you're going to be tossed into as a stigma? Oh, the plot thickens. Let's move on to the next chapter. Next chapter is chapter 11, No Matter the Cost. Project STIGMA. Miss Bianca, you will learn about the truth of Project STIGMA in the final trial. It all started on that day. The final Hercher, the final battle against the Honkai was fought on the moon. The final Hercher, humanity of the previous era, sent 8 of its last and most powerful warriors. Dr. May's plan was to have these 8 warriors distract the Hercher, and then use the Selene to deplete her Honkai reserves. The battle was humanity's final gambit for survival, but it ended as soon as it began. The warriors attacked failed to inflict any significant damage. 2 of them lay dead 5 minutes after joining the battle. The Selene also failed to live up to humanity's expectations. In a last-ditch effort, Dr. May supercharged the weapon and fired it. Yet the attacks only took out 30% of the Hercher's powers. And that shot turned Selene into a burning wreck. Humanity lost its only weapon to combat the Honkai. The mantis named Kevin spent all his strength to deal a mighty blow that temporarily immobilized the great enemy. The Selene is lost. The final Hercher will regain its abilities to move in 10 hours. We've re-established contact with the Lunar Expedition, confirming the list of survivors. How can this be? We can't let them end like this. The human race is going to go extinct. It's all right, Alice. Don't give up. This is not the end for us. This mission isn't over. The final Hercher will only start moving towards the Earth in 10 hours. That's the time we have for initiating Project Sanctuary. Start moving our shelters underground to hide them from the Hercher's eyes. One day we shall return to the surface, and that will be the day we defeat the Honkai. This is only a setback. We will not fall today.
Yes, Director.
The lunar expedition just sent us the list of confirmed survivors. Captain Kevin is among them. He will be returning to Earth in 8 hours. Good news.
I'm so happy that your best friend made it. Where did he go?
I must tell her the good news myself. May, Kevin's still alive. You'll get to see him once again. He's back on Earth.
Good. He kept himself alive. But I'm afraid I won't be here to see him again.
May, those infection patterns. It's the disease.
I'm dying. My eyes are already failing me. I can't even see your face. Don't blame yourself, Sue. Your medication is the only thing that kept me alive till this very moment. There are 2 letters on the desk. One for Kevin, the other one for you. Sorry, Kevin. I told you that I would get better, but I lied. We'll be reunited once you come back from the moon. But now, he'll be all alone for thousands of years. All alone in a desolate world. Promise me, Sue. You must always stand by his side and make sure he doesn't stray from the right path. Don't worry, Dr. May. Kevin is a friend of mine as well. I promise to always look out for him. May.
Dr. May's body was corrupted by the Honkai radiation during the war. She kept herself alive with medication, but passed away before she could be reunited with Kevin. 8 hours later, the lunar expedition returned to base. Dr. May left him a letter and a test tube baby made with Kevin and May's genetic materials. And he be called Adam, the name of the first man. I'm sorry, Kevin. I failed to cure May's sickness. Enough, Sue. It wasn't your fault. We need to head to shelters. The final Herschel will be arriving soon. We have no time for regrets. This will not be the end of the war against the Honkai. We will defeat the enemy. No matter the cost.
Kevin.
We even see him despite his determination and confidence to go to the shelters, he's still kind of, you can still see the tear in his eyes.
Kevin, I have to go, May. Don't worry, I'll be by Kevin's side, and I'll make sure he doesn't stray from the right path. You've placed me in charge, a project regulator. I pray I'll never have to use it.
Before the final Herschel arrived at Earth, the human survivors fled deep underground shelters and entered their cryogenic pods. Thus began the long sleep that would last 50,000 years. Yeah, so we got glimpses of this, right? We got glimpses of May kind of passing away, and her giving the letter. But now that we kind of learn that it is from Honkai sickness, and that, they truly haven't really, some people have found that it's actually interesting why, how is it that Sue got cured, but they didn't cure Dr. May? It's very interesting because, Dr. May would be in list of priorities, right? Because Professor Otto, or whoever the professor was, for Sue, mentioned that, we sacrificed the child, we sacrificed Ragna, but, for you, Sue, you carry the weight of 1,000 victims so that you can continue doing your research. I feel like in terms of priorities, especially with May, having such a large reason for those 8 warriors, for the Mantis Project and all this stuff, wouldn't she also be up on that priority list for curing the Honkai disease? So it feels like they haven't fully figured out how to cure it. There could be something that's a part of Sue that makes him more, not susceptible, but makes him more inclined to be, to be cured by the actual serum that May just for some reason is not capable of. Very, very interesting. Move on to Chapter 12, Project Stigma. And then we are the late 5th century Britannia. Help! I don't want to die! What? It's alright, lad. You're safe and sound. Watch out! Honkai beast. It's right behind us! There's nothing to fear from this beast. Kevin steps in. Sue, I've dealt with the Honkai in this area. It's time to go. Good sirs, you've saved our lives. Our village is up ahead. Please visit us if you don't mind. We must thank you. And then Kevin just leaps into the air. Peace out, kid. He jumped into the sky. He must be the legendary mage, the archdruid of this land. It's Merlin. Wait, that good lady disappeared as well. She was just here a while ago. Milady? My good lord. She must be the lady of the lake. Wow, that's so cool. So now we see the rumors of, the lady of the lake, and we see rumors of, of Merlin starting from this moment here. Very cool. Shelter number 907, bottom of Thames, later known as the Thames. Oh my goodness, we got Hua here too? It's been a while, Sue. It's good to see you again, Hua. 10 years have passed since we last met. Hua and Sue and I read the progress report of Project Ember. Then you should know that there are no contingencies worthy of note. Ever since we enacted the plan and stopped offering knowledge from our era to the people of this time, we've no longer cited any additional resurgence of Emperor-class Honkai beasts. You've done well, Hua. So, Sue, are we getting anything from the Ark? No. According to our schedule, the Ark should have left the solar system at least 1,000 years before this. Calm delays would naturally become longer. We expected to receive a call from them 15 years ago, but we didn't receive anything from the Ark, even to this day. Our chances of re-establishing contact with the Ark are very slim. Our other projects have failed as well. And there are only 3 of us left. Project Stigma, Duhkha, Ember. If we fail, then the people of this era will be annihilated by the Honkai. I'll be heading back to carry a mission out. See you in 10 years. Take care, my dear brothers. And I'll head back to the second key to carry out Project Duhkha. Wait, Sue. I believe the time has come to activate Project Stigma. Activate Project Stigma now? Stigma is our last resort. Even if it worked, humanity would still have to pay a terrible price. According to May's plans, we only start Stigma when all other projects fail. Project Ember is done. We tried teaching humanity of this era what we knew to hasten the growth of civilization, and that simply gave rise to the Honkai. Even powerful judgment class monsters surfaced. Failed. All of their projects have indeed failed. You know what the monster Chio did? Fuxi and Nua gave their lives to stop that thing. Any attempt to hasten progress will also spark off Honkai events. And what of Duhkha? Tell me what you observed in the last 50,000 years. Have you found anything useful? Even if we get exponential growth in the number of observable universes, we only have 1,500 years before the final Herrscher returns. Can you give us the answer we need before we run out of time? The risk grows for every moment we delay Project Stigma. You will know why I've made this choice soon enough, and I will need your help. Come find me once you figure out things. But I've always known you. For thousands of years, after you woke and returned to the surface, we've always acted together as one.
And we get to see them throughout history. Oh my goodness. I promised May to stay by your side. We've traveled the lands and saw the rebirth of a new civilization. Why did you make that choice, Kevin? You know very well that Stigma will destroy humanity's future. Your plan is now in effect, May. If Kevin strays from the path, I will stop him. All right, so now we're learning about why he trapped Kevin at the imaginary tree. Very fascinating. Oh my goodness. So it's so interesting because of Project Stigma, and they still haven't told us, like, you know, what's so dangerous about it. Why is it so bad? And obviously, since he trapped, well, I feel like Project Stigma is still continuing, right? If Sheik Soul's already working on developing like artificial stigmas, it seems like maybe Project Stigma did actually end up, you know, going through in humanity, but we'll find out some more. And yeah, there's also mentions of already in the current era, there's already mentions of naturally occurring, like, people with stigma. So it does seem like Project Stigma did actually happen. But at the same time, Sue also did stop Kevin, or at least trapped Kevin. So interesting dynamic that we're happening here. So now we're on to chapter 13, the Yoke of Sin. Oh my god. So it's just a Honkai zombie. This is not like a zombified Kevin. Help! Get away from me! It's alright, you're safe now. You're the Lady of the Lake! Please, help us. It happened so quickly. Everyone in the city started going crazy. The pain. Oh, yeah, he already activated Project Stigma immediately. Look at that. It's the stigma. Your body has yet to adapt to its powers. Fear not, lad. You'll be fine once you wake from this sleep. Why are you here, Sue? You should be working on Project Valka. I need to talk to you, Kevin. Everyone in the village of Burton near this shelter turned into Honkai zombies. I also found this Honkai emitting crystal in that place. Water samples collected from the village well also contain CYP630. Yes, Sue. That village was one of my test sites. To perform my project, I must genetically modify people of this era to give them natural stigmata. But May and I estimate that only a few could survive such modifications and control the power of the stigma. Those who can't will be zombified. Less than 1/1000th of test subjects on this island reached stage 1 of stigma awakening, and every single one of them displayed symptoms of stigma rejection. I need your help to solve this problem and move our subjects to stage 2. Kevin, did you just say you applied CYP630 to this entire island? It was necessary. We need to acquire accurate results. This island is also the perfect test site for testing, since there's no need to worry about a contamination breach. By the way, I didn't have time to check the results of the village of Burton. You mentioned that you were there? Did you find any successful cases of awakening? The awakening ones are crucial subjects for this project. No. That village had less than 100 residents. Everyone turned into zombies. Let's focus on good news for once. I've managed to find an interesting parallel universe. I believe it offers valuable references for us. You should take a look. Hey Kevin, oh, by the way, I found a really cool parallel universe that I'm not going to trap you in, okay? Why don't you go check it out alone? Yeah, you should check it out. Very well. Head back to second key, Sue. I'll meet you there once I'm done organizing data. I'm here, Sue. Where are you? And then Sue's leaf falls down. It shines a bright light. This place, it feels like a bubble universe. You're right, Kevin. This is the seed of Sumeru, a bubble universe I've created using the second key.
This place is isolated from the rest of existence. You will need my help to leave this place. Kevin, I've brought you here because we need to talk. I hereby beg you to delay Project Stigma. We both know, even if you your project succeeds, humanity must pay a steep price. Only a very small number of people would survive. I know that, Sue. Stigma is the worst project we have. Also, I know that you're against Project Stigma. Your conscience weeps with innocent people die. And that's why you've created this trap. An elaborate plan of deception to stop me, to stop Project Stigma. And then he just cracks through the bubble universe. So I agreed to come and see for it myself. The Judgment of Shamash, it broke through the seed. I'm giving you a chance to stop me with everything you've got. When you fail, you will realize that you can't change anything. Even if a single one out of 1,000 or even 10,000 survives Stigma, such outcomes are far better than inaction or praying for a miracle. As for the sins of killing those who have died and those who are doomed to die, I alone shall bear such yoke on my shoulders. I know I'm completely outmatched, Kevin, but like you said, I'll do my best. I have several divine keys capable of wounding you. The Abyss Flower, the Star of Eden. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'll do whatever it takes to stop you. Is this man, he is real dual-wielding, dual divine weapons? Oh my god. Why haven't we gotten that in Honkai Impact? Just, like obviously, Auto can use multiple divine weapons, but I want to see dual-wielding multiple divine weapons. That would be so cool. That would be so awesome. Oh my god. Like, I imagine, imagine having the Abyss Flower and, the Wan Yu, gauntlets. And so you throw the Abyss Flower at the enemy. You do like a stinger attack at the enemy, right? You dash at them, you stab them with the Abyss Flower. You flip over them, behind them, and then you just start punching them. And then you summon your sword, you slash the opponent, they spin around, you pull out the Abyss Flower. Oh my god, there's so much you can do with it. It'd be so rad. Oh my god, we need dual-wielding divine weapons. We need a character who can dual-wield divine weapons. That'd be so awesome. Anyways, next chapter is chapter 14, Very Best Friends. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'll do whatever it takes to stop you. Star of Eden, zeroth power. Quasi-black hole. Kevin just breaks through with Judgment of Shamash. And it looks like the divine weapon's breaking apart now. Then he strikes with the Abyss Flower. Kevin activated his metamorphic ichor and healed all of his wounds. The battle turned out to be worse than what I expected, but we're still in the seat of Sumeru. I still have a fighting chance. I shall warp time-space fabric itself. Blood's dripping. Kevin's swirling fire. Coughing up blood. I knew I was no match for Kevin, but I did not expect to be defeated so quickly. It's over, Sue. It's time to stop. I know you oppose Project Stigma, its methods, and its very nature. But it is the only way you can convince me otherwise. And I will continue this project, even if my hands are drowned in blood. This grave sin shall be mine alone. And I will still beg you to stop, Kevin. We don't have the right to play God and decide the fate of this era. Our civilization is already destroyed in that distant past. Even if Project Stigma worked, the survivors would just become another human species. A species that is not the extension of human civilization, but an undead walking corpse of a once defeated time. Are you saying that we should do nothing while history repeats itself and let the Honkai destroy this era as well? then why should we pioneers even exist at all? We pioneers should be working together with them as equals and find a way to defeat the Honkai. We are not supposed to decide their fates like gods. The humans of this era have the right to decide their own fate. Spreading Honkai evenly across the entire global population to stop the emergence of the final Herrscher will kill those with no Honkai resistance. Millions will perish. This price is too much for us to bear. I don't need to concern myself with that dilemma. I've already found the answer 50,000 years ago. Humanity must defeat the Honkai, no matter the cost. I'm sorry, Kevin. I've decided to stop your madness, no matter the cost. I'm using your words against you, Kevin. Project Regulator. Oh my god. So May knew this all along, that Kevin may need to get me stopped. Oh. That's hard. That's even more heartbreaking to know that May knew that there would be a time to come when, we need to stop Kevin. Designed to stop Kevin in case he strays from the right path. May entrusted me with the power to determine if Kevin is within control. She also gave me the means to stop the most powerful human in the world. Second divine key, first power. Inverted horizon. Kevin, from the very moment you stepped in to the seat of Sumeru, I've activated the first power of the second key. The world bubble we're in will keep sinking till it reaches the bottom of the Sea of Quanta. We're both trapped here. We'll never return to the real world. You're mistaken, Sue. I sense that the portal of the Sea of Quanta has not yet fully opened. If I destroy the core of the second key before that happens, Judgment of Shamash, zeroth power, your plan will fail. You will not prevail this time, Kevin. I just need a little more time to open the portal up. I'll gladly offer my life to stop him. Shamash unleashed! Snowflakes fall. Kevin, you froze the judgment of Shamash. Wait, Kevin froze the judgment of Shamash? And looks like he just grew like a horn too? Kevin, why? Our fight is over. Both of us will be trapped in the Sea of Quanta. What? Kevin, leave this place, Sue. Oh, I love that. He has the same transformation that we saw Siegfried have in Second Eruption. Very cool. Kevin, leave this place, Sue. Carry on your mission. Project Valka must continue. Kevin! It was at that fleeting moment that I glimpsed the familiar face of my very best friend. Was I seeing things? Perhaps he never left. And we even see, like, the Kiana's original uniform. Kevin's wearing it. Very cool. And I noticed, and I failed to notice, that he was always right there. When I finally woke, the seat of Sumeru had sunk to the bottom of the Sea of Quanta. The only thing I could do was to carry out his final command. To carry on with my mission. I must find a way to defeat the Honkai within 1500 years. Come, Arthur. I will teach you how to use your stigma. You will use your power to protect the people of this land. Humanity shall decide its own fate. Wow, so this is how interesting. This is King Arthur. And we already saw, and we already know that Kevin is Merlin in the story. Interesting. So how does Kevin train Arthur? Having done that, I once again entered the second key and continued to observe and ordain, as ordained by Project Valka. This is my act of redemption. And that's how my story went, Miss Fianca. Oh my god! Rita showing up! The time has come for you to face this trial. Oh, wow. So we get a wonderful story about, what Sue is doing, how they got from where they were to how they are now. The fact that we get to see the beginnings of the King Arthur story, the facts that we get the reasoning, to how and why, they trapped, Kevin. It's very fascinating. It's very cool. There's still a bit of confusion I have in terms of that. At some point, Merlin helps train King Arthur. And they've mentioned that in London Holiday. And they've also hinted that Kevin is Merlin. And they even say it here that, oh, is that the arch wizard jumping away? When Arthur says that. So at some point, Kevin comes back, but is he still trapped? Like, there's just so much. Anyways. Chapter 15, The Choice. Oh dear, Rita. Oh my goodness. So not only does she have Sue's outfit, which looks adorable. Look, we see Rita dressed up in these different outfits. Oh, this is a dream come true. Oh dear Rita, since you woke, we have always acted as one for thousands of years. I promise to always be by your side. We traveled the lands and saw the rebirth of a new human civilization. You knew very well that Project Stigma would destroy their future. And I love that we get the same panel that Sue had which I believe is mostly identical dialogue, but now it's Bianca and Rita doing this. If you stray from the right path, I will have no choice but to stop you. It's over, Bianca. It's time to stop this. I know you oppose Project Stigma and its methods and its very nature, but it is the only way you can convince me otherwise, and I will continue this project even if my hands are drowned in blood. So we're still having identical dialogue. This grave sin will be mine alone. This is the final trial, Bianca. You must save the world from your very best friend. The choice will be painful. The time has come to activate the second key and seal her away. Let me ask you one last question, Rita. Will you regret your choice even if it costs may be too great to bear? No, I will not regret this choice. We must defeat the Honkai no matter the cost. Then the time has come for me to make my own choice, Rita. I will support you no matter the cost. My only wish is to stand with you. I will not let you bear this grave sin on your own. What? What? Wait, Bianca, why are you doing this? Rita, it is true that I oppose the very idea of the Project Stigma, but never before have I seen... Already hitting the feels, man. When I do those stops, the tears, my eyes get watery. Tears are gonna start streaming. Never before have I seen you in such greater pain. Never. You're overreacting, Bianca. This decision will decide the fate of humanity. You should calm down and think things through. She gives Rita a hug. You will never be alone. Together, we shall take on this burden. This doesn't feel right. She did pass the first two trials. She should be aware of the terrible cost of Project Stigma. Bam! Knees him in the... Oh my god. Oh my god. She hugs Kevin, right? Or she hugs Rita in this case. It breaks Sue's concentration. Sue's like, what the hell is going on here? Giving Bianca enough time to just knee him in the gut. Oh my god. Ha! I finally found your weakness. Oh. We get a Bianca armpit. Bravo. I'm very impressed with your mental attacks. Despite having special training with my overseer, I couldn't help but fall for the false fantasy you've built. But you've lost your footing in this third dream. That gave me the opening I needed to wake myself. That Kevin must be someone important to you. He's my very best friend, and I assumed you decided to stop the fights. You showed me your thoughts with those dreams. I'm pretty sure that we're not enemies. That hit was just payback for forcing me to take part in your trials. You can say that I deserved a knee into the chest. I'll apologize for my actions, but I do believe that trial was a must. I also remember you saying something during the third trial. The human of this era have no right to decide their own fate. From what I can tell, you're trying to tell me that we're no better than puppets if we simply repeat the past. Right and wrong, good and evil. We're not in a position to enforce a particular definition of those concepts. Even if godlike being does exist and laid down some special plan, I'll just treat that plan as advice and figure things out on my own. I believe that we would be our duty as human beings. Simply put, your life is just filled with too many rules, Mr. Pioneer. Huh. I suppose you have a point. You do astonish me, Miss Bianca. I once believed you shared a similar nature to my past self. I now realize that you're blessed with a more carefree spirit. And then there's a difference between us. Our era did not enjoy the luxuries of choice, but your era does. We told ourselves that the will have the right to decide their own fate, yet we also felt obligated to enforce our beliefs upon your problems. Perhaps we have lost our vision in the long way. Perhaps it was I who needed to go through the trial. Truly, you are the only one whom I could entrust the second key to. But before that happens, allow me to give you another gift. Oh, man. So he's gonna give Bianca a second... So she's gonna have the Abyss Flower and the second key. Oh my goodness. Lucky her. What a lucky girl. And next we have is the final chapter, chapter 16, the Endgame. Shixel headquarters. Oh, and now we cut out of, the second key. Stay vigilant. Out of the void comes Bianca. Master Durandal. I'm all right, Rita. Durandal, you spent a total of 65 minutes in that bubble universe. Enough time for some structural analysis. Oh, Durandal. You spent a total of 65 minutes in that bubble universe. Enough time for some structural analysis. Give me another 60 minutes and I'd have to find a way out to get you out of there. I'm glad that you're all right. Rita was quite worried about your temporary absence. Thank you, Lord Otto. You also came out with a battlesuit that I've never seen before. Tell me, what happened in there, Durandal? Miss Bianca, the bubble universe within you remains unstable. The seed of Sumeru will improve your control over that bubble. Treat it as payment for making you take my trials. You can now tap into the powers of your bubble and leave this place. You're giving me the seed of Sumeru? But what would happen to you after that? I will sink with this bubble into the Sea of Quanta. My duty has ended. It's time for me to leave. I found the only solution for Project Valka. The people of this era have gained wisdom to choose their own path, the courage to start their own journey, and the power to see through it. To watch more of these worlds, I sped up the process of observation and forced myself far beyond my own physical limits. I've done all that I could, but I was running out of time. You appeared just at the right time. This leaf is a record of important parallel worlds. Take it to your overseer. It will help you against the war, against the Honkai. I shall make sure this leaf is delivered to him. Some kind of, looks like he coughs up some blood. Good. And this is where we bade each other farewell. And this leaf is that the pioneer gave me. A leaf. What is this? As God said, the answer you seek lies on the other side of the tree. To reach that place, thou must find the second key in its intact form. Master Durandal, look! That lonely star, it's... The lone star within the other space revealed by the second key is gone. The hundreds of stars appeared. Then thousands more began to give off their light. Then there were 10,000 stars in that vast other space. Finally, were an infinite of possibilities in the galaxy of parallel universes. Miss Bianca seems to have delivered my message. Otto has guessed the answer. I only need to point out the way for him. People treated Otto as a schemer, yet Bianca views him with such a positive light. The trials revealed the deep bonds they share. Perhaps we also share a similar bond, my friend. This will be my last look at you. We will let the people of this era do their best. People like us and Otto are just trials in this game. This bubble will soon disappear. Yet, this is the only leaf I wish to keep to... Oh. Dude, that hit me so hard. The fact that he's like, this is the... Oh my god, I'm already tearing up. The fact that he's like, this is the last time I'm gonna look at you, my best friend. And then the only leaf that he has is the memories he has with Kevin. Man, that is... Dude, that... that's so touching. Yet this is the only leaf I wish to keep till the very end. This is it, old friend. I guess I'll look for the answer to that question. In the afterlife, if that even exists at all. It's time. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. An infinite of possibilities ebbs and flows in the great yawning gap far beyond your sights. An existence beyond humanity, understanding. He wakes up. This place. It does exist. I applaud you for finding this place, Enlightened One. You seek the universal truth that governs even the Honkai itself. I haven't met a human for eons. And I am very, very bored. Let us first entertain ourselves with a human game. Win this round, and I'll give you your answer. This is how it ends? This is how it ends? Oh my god. Oh my god, what a tease. What a freaking tease. This is really the end, right? Yeah, this is really the end. It just goes to a different... Yeah, that was really the end. Oh my god. Wow. So he doesn't die. It seems like he is almost talking to a god. Like, whatever that was, that is pretty insane. So I assume that the game is either going to cover that, the Elysium Realm may cover that. There's an aspect of something will cover that. But I'm super excited to learn more. This was an awesome story. I loved it. I loved hearing this character's like backstory. It was
You know, and we got to see a different side of the previous era that we just haven't seen before, which was the Honkai sickness, which was the human element of it, you know? It's not just about the warriors and the people saving humanity. We also got a glimpse of, you know, a doctor in that era, and that was just so fascinating to see, so wonderful to see. The trials all made sense, right? Because he wouldn't have given Otto the second key if he didn't see through the trials how important Otto was to Durandal, which was super fascinating. So I absolutely love that. It was so amazing. And so also, like, I know I was kind of reading through it, so I didn't like react so much, but she gets her, is it Dea Anchor, I believe it's called, armor set, and this is the second divine key, so her suit is the divine key, which is insane. That's so cool. Or maybe it's not this, maybe it's not, maybe the suit is the gift, and then she gets the divine key after that. Either way, dude. Or maybe the divine key is the leaf itself. Maybe, yeah, maybe the divine, no, because yeah, it just says this leaf is a record of parallel universes. So I think she just gets this is the suit, the battle suit is the second divine key, which is interesting because, you know, May also developed the 12th divine key, which was also a battle suit. But the second one, but I guess because this is a universe that Sue is able to create, you know, they created the battle suit for Durandal. But that's so cool. That's awesome. Like the fact that we see, so I'm curious now. I'm so curious. I wonder if the game will cover how she gets the suit, right? Because like the origins of the suit comes from this manga. So either they recover it, or it's like, hey, if you want to learn more about the suit, you got to read the manga. Either way, so cool. I was not expecting a battle suit upgrade from this. Very awesome. Man, what great characters. Yeah, they always freaking know how to write characters. And like, here's the thing, like, it doesn't matter, like, knowing the, you know, at least for me, it doesn't matter knowing, you know, spoilers, right? About the way these characters are. Because I think this character is in the Elysian realm. So now it's kind of figuring out, how does he get there? How do they all how does the Elysian realm play into the story of all of this? But the way it told its story, you know, I got lost in it. I thought he was dying. I thought the fact that he was like, the last memory I want before I die is my memories with my best friend. And I think that is just like so touching, because it's a character who cares so much about Kevin, cares so much, and he felt like the only way he can do things is by, you know, stopping him. And you see in Durandal's side, she's like, no, I'm never gonna betray you. I'm going to be with you no matter what, Rita, because I know this choice is just as painful as it is for me. So yeah, freaking fantastic. I love this manga. This manga is so freaking good. I say it is near on par with Second Eruption. And I don't say that lightly, because what this manga does so freaking well is it gives us a different side of Durandal. It gives us a different side of the previous era that we just haven't seen before. And it tells like a great story about friendship, and about the people you care about. And I love that. I freaking love that. So thank you all so much for taking time to watch this video. Check out my channel for more stuff where, you know, in a few days, I'll be probably releasing a video where I'm playing through chapter 15 and 16, which ties really neatly into this. So definitely come by the channel, hit that subscribe button, check it out. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye!